Kate Daly Show. You know, I always try to crack you up with bumpers. Anyways, I have Dr. Duke Pesta on with me and barely a voice, and but I'm here. And I also wanted to open the phone lines for you so that you can ask questions. And of course, please do so if you're listening to us live in the afternoon. 888-673-1450, 888-673-1450. Today begins a wonderful deal that you get on Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth is a bedding company. They also have loungewear. It's all Visos bamboo. It is the luxury. It is the top tier. It is the one that if you really want to get a Christmas gift for the wonderful woman in your home, or you want to just have it for the both of you, this is the gift. So please go to katedalleyradio.com, use the link. It's katedalleyradio.com. Go to the bottom, you'll see Cozy Earth. Click on that and you're going to get 40% off. And I was shocked that they're doing this sale. So for you guys, and you can use my name and get 40% off. It's a steal and a deal. And I'm telling you that these are the highest in luxury sheets that you'll ever have. They have a 10-year warranty. A 10-year warranty. You can even sleep on them for 100 nights and return them if you had to return them. But I am telling you, you'll fall in love. They're the cream of the crop. You can't get any better. And you'll have the most amazing night's sleep. I actually had guests at my home a few weeks ago, and it was so funny because my guest slips into bed and goes to his wife, "Oh my gosh," as their fuzzies falling asleep. They are amazing. So Cozy Earth, take advantage of it. It's only for a week. Take advantage of it. I'm telling you, you'll love me for this one. All right, Dr. Duke Pesta, we have a caller on, so we'll start there. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show. Go right ahead.
You wasn't updated on your 12th COVID shot, huh?
Yes, please. Yes. How did you know? Yeah, I don't got any of that poison in my body. Thank goodness. It probably would have been worse.
So, you know what kind of gun Elmer Fudd had, don't you?
And I don't.
I'm a Elmer Fudd fan.
Uh-huh.
He had a double barrel pump,
okay,
which they don't make.
Which they don't make, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Thank you for that. Thanks for the call. Dr. Duke Pesta, we got to talk about Tim Walz for another hot minute, for sure.
Well, I got to tell you, Elmer Fudd looks like Charles Atlas compared to Tim Walz walking around pheasant hunting. But having said that, I think to illustrate everything we've said for this hour, Kate, that it's the media, that if it weren't for the media propping up the illiterate and incompetent Democrat Party, the collapse would be epic.
Yeah.
And so this story we let off with, which, I mean, I understand why the mainstream media, including Fox News, is hesitant until there's more evidence. But we have now growing evidence that Touchdown Timmy, that was his name when he was an assistant coach of a high school. The kids called him Touchdown Timmy, not because kids scored on the football field, but because of his sexual relationships with boys on the team. This came after an ex-user accused the Kamala Harris running mate of having a, quote, inappropriate relationship with a gay student. The Harris-Walz campaign is yet to react, just by the way, the same way that the Kamala Harris won't react to the fact that her husband has credibly been accused by multiple women of being a girlfriend beater. Notice that the left protects for that. They don't have. Can you imagine if if Vance was accused of having sex with an underage boy, and if
or accused of being a wife beater,
right? Or if Trump was accused of exactly what Emhoff is accused of, slapping women around routinely.
Right.
This would be front page, even if you didn't know anything else. The rumors, the innuendo. Now that doesn't happen now for them.
You're right.
These are serious allegations that we never hear about.
You're right. We have a caller. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show. Go right ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry to totally change the subject, but I just came up River Road.
Well, I don't know what. Maybe they called the wrong line, or I'm not quite sure. Anyways, all right. So there are so many fails, and Tim is an interesting one because Tim is so unlikable, so hideous, so horrible. And no one had ever really talked about him before in the press. And she picked him. I thought that was kind of an interesting, well, she didn't, the deep state did, but you know what I mean. Right.
Well, I think it's the only reason they picked him, and this is getting what this is called karma. They didn't want to go with the governor of Pennsylvania, Shapiro, simply because Shapiro was Jewish, and they did not want to risk Muslim populations in Minnesota and Michigan. They didn't want to. But here's the irony: the Democrats don't really need Michigan and Wisconsin and Minnesota to win. If they get Pennsylvania, theoretically, they would have been fine. And I do think that the kind of thing that's coming out about Walz, that would not have happened if they had chosen Shapiro. Whatever you think about Shapiro, he's a radical lefty, but he's competent, he's articulate, he doesn't have any skeletons in his closet.
Yeah.
So this is what we call Kamala karma.
Yes.
You picked a vice president not for any other reason than to placate Jew-hating Muslims in the Midwest. And this is the price you're paying for it now.
That's so true. And so here is something I really want people to put eyeballs on too. Number one, she had zero response in North Carolina, zero response in Helene, which everybody knew was going to hurt Hormala. Then you had the weird response with DeSantis, and DeSantis throwing her under the bus. DeSantis going, she she just didn't even really want to show up. So there was that whole thing during Milton, the storm Milton. And then on top of that, today, there was an article, hurricane relief workers forced to evacuate due to threat of armed militia. Now, you and I know that is not an armed militia. There is no armed militia that is threatening relief workers. If anything, they said, why haven't you been here? Where have you been? And what's going on? But nothing to this extent. And so I think there's two things in that story. Number one is showing and trying to show Hormala doing nothing, in a time when she should have been right there, right? If you were really running for office, you would have just at least faked it. And the second thing being the fact that you've got people trying to help. They're trying to turn the narrative into, those are armed militias now, people trying to help because the government doesn't come in to help. So here's the people. And so watch for further backlash on that and them trying to reel in people that try to help, by the way. But they did nothing during those storms.
Yep. All they've got now is inflated optics. There's nothing left. Somebody said in the news, I think it was a Democrat, the bed is made. Yeah. Already with 20 days left to go, the bet is made. Unless something catastrophic comes out, this seems to be irreversible for the Democrats. And the only thing I've said from you at the beginning: will we have safe elections? Will we have how many illegal aliens will get away with voting? That's going to determine where we are at the end of November.
Right. Dr. Duke Besta, thank you. Go to the Dr. Duke Show. Watch it. You'll love it. And really appreciate you. Of course, be faithful, be fearless. I'll see you back here tomorrow. We got great guests all week long. Oh my gosh, all week. So you can't miss a second of this show. And of course, go to katedalleyradio.com. Thanks, you guys.
Hey, this is Stephen Gage with Garage Doors Only.
Hey, what up with it? We pulled up to chop it up with y'all about how GDO can trip out the crib with an iced out garage door. No cap.
I think what Gage is trying to say is that a new Clopay door from Garage Doors Only can really enhance the beauty of your home.
Bruh, I just